everyone, so today I'm going to do a video running you through my foundation and basically my makeup base. I just thought it'd be good to show you from the start how to do your makeup now that I've run through skincare. So as you've probably realised, today I have no makeup on, so I feel a little bit naked being in front of the camera and putting myself on YouTube with no makeup, but I guess it's not a really big deal. I've only got my eyebrows done, that's it. And I've done this so that I can actually properly show you how I do my foundation and my concealer and basically just how I do my base before I put any of my makeup on. It is really important that if you do wear quite a bit of makeup that you do your foundation base properly, because it kind of acts like a canvas for the rest of your makeup. If you've ever tried to put blush maybe on before without foundation on your face, you've probably realised it doesn't really show up very well, it doesn't stick very well, and it just makes your skin look really uniform. I'm going to do a separate video on pale skin. This is going to be more running through how to make your skin look paler with whitening foundations and how to whiten your skin all over and how to take care of pale skin. This is just basically my everyday makeup routine as far as my base goes. So I'm going to get started. Okay, so to start with, I've fully cleansed my face. It's completely rid of any makeup and I've moisturised my skin. If you've seen my skincare video, you know that I use the Hydra matte lotion from Clarins just to moisturise my skin before I put makeup on. And it's important that you do moisturise before you do anything because it just really helps to hydrate your skin and plump your skin so that it's ready for the next step. So I've done that. You should usually do it and let it sink in for about 15 minutes, otherwise your foundation is going to be a bit oily when you put it on. It's going to rub around on your face a bit, so you really want to let it sink in. So I'm just going to take my little headband here. It's not the most flattering thing. This is just from Model Co. It's important that you get your hair back off your face and out of the way. Okay, so firstly I'm going to prime my skin. So priming basically helps your foundation last longer. It's kind of that extra step on moisturising. I use MAC Prep and Prime, so I basically just take a tiny drop of that, and at the moment I've been mixing in either the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm, which also acts as a primer, or the MAC Strobe Cream, and these are just like a little bit more moisturising, and the Strobe Cream makes your skin a little bit luminous. So usually I mix the two together just on my fingertip, and then just using my fingertips I'll just moisturise that in. Generally when applying anything to your face, you're better off to start from the centre and work your way outwards. That's the proper way to do things. So start around your nose, work outwards. So that's done, that's all you need to do. And the next step, some people argue that you should conceal before, some people say afterwards. At the moment I'm applying my concealer afterwards and applying my foundation first, just because you tend to rub away the concealer once you put the foundation on. So I'm using MAC Studio Sculpt in NC15, which is the lightest shade. I really like the Studio Sculpt foundation. It's one of the heaviest foundations that MAC do, and I find it pretty effective for my skin tone and it lasts pretty well. So basically I've just got a little bit on my finger and I'm just applying a little bit in different sections on my face. You want to put a little bit on your forehead, some on your cheek, a little bit on your nose, a little bit on there. Now the thing with foundation is, if you have problem skin, don't just go putting a whole bunch of foundation on your skin. You want to start off with small amounts and work your way upwards rather than slopping it all on. So next I'm just going to take a foundation brush. I've got Chanel ones, but you can get them from MAC, you can get them everywhere. And same tip as with the primer, I'm just starting from my nose and I'm working my way out to my hairline, going along my jawline, just working my way out, going along top of my face, working my way over my nose, just blending it in as much as you can, because with foundation you just really want to blend. Now with your jawline, a lot of girls I see don't properly blend their jawline, and you really want to blend that so that it looks natural. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so I only put a little bit on, so like I said, just start off with small amounts and apply more if you need it. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more just to the areas that I need it. And once again, I'm just going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to work that product into my skin, really blending it as much as I can. Okay, so that's my foundation done. The first step. Another great thing to do is to buy one of these stippling brushes. A stippling brush is got duo fibres, both natural and synthetic, and it's a really good blending brush. And if you just take a stippling brush and go over the foundation in circular motions, it really helps to buff it into the skin and just make it look a lot more natural. Like, it just sets the foundation in better. So a stippling brush is really good. Stippling brushes are great for applying all types of makeup. Like, you can apply powder with them, you can apply blush with them, and I've only just recently discovered the stippling brush, but I use it basically as an extra step on my foundation brush. So I've done that. Now the next step is to take my concealer. I'm using the Studio Sculpt concealer as well, and this one's in NC15 as well. This is a really nice gel concealer. I find it's pretty good. I've just started using it. I'm taking a concealer brush. Again, you can buy them from pretty much anywhere that sells makeup brushes. They'll have a concealer brush. Taking a little bit on my brush and just applying it to the areas that need it. Now, generally you need to apply it around your eyes. So you really want to blend it in and go right around your eyes into the corners. And again with the other eye. Sometimes I get a little bit of redness underneath my nose, so I'm going to apply a little bit there. And also any little blemishes you might have. I've got a couple at the moment, which is always annoying. So you want to just take your concealer and cover those. Okay, so that's my concealer done. Okay, so the next step I'm going to take is to highlight. Basically, I'm going to use a different type of concealer. I'm using the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat, which basically is like a radiance kind of highlighting concealer. So I've already applied the thicker concealer on. Now I tend to take just a little bit of this and put a little bit of that under my eyes as well. You can also use this to highlight the bridge of your nose and your chin. The Touche Eclat is pretty good for that. But if you have dark circles, this is a really good way to cover them. So I just dab that on, and just with my fingertip I'm just going to blend that in. Now you can use, I would advise using a foundation brush above using sponges or your hands, because foundation, sponges tend to suck up all your foundation and they can get just really dirty. And your hands, you can't always properly blend your foundation in, so I like to use a brush. And the final step after everything is to set it. You must use a powder, because otherwise you're just going to reverse all the hard work you've done. So I usually use MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Finishing Powder. It's really good because it's clear, and it's good for if you have pale skin, because a lot of the loose powders for pale skin aren't that pale, because usually they just come in 3 shades. So I really like this product. So I'm just taking a really large powder brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the product on my brush, and I'm just going to buff that into my skin all over. So the tip is to use as little product as you can, and to basically blend it as well as you can. So that's pretty much what I do in terms of my face. Sometimes if I'm going out, I might apply like a shimmery kind of powder instead, or I might apply like a more matte powder one if I'm going for a more retro look. Oh, I'll take this band off. I look pretty pale right now because obviously I don't have any other makeup on or blush on, so it's not the best look. But I just thought I'd show you how I do my basic face base. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll speak to you guys soon.